Hey, what it do, sports world? It's me again. The Winner Circle podcast with me, Ray Diggs, is here, y'all. Where passion meets performance and champions are made. I'm your host, Ray Diggs, bringing you the energy, the insight, and the mindset from across the world of sports. From the locker rooms to the big stage, this is where the real ones talk and legends rise, and the motto stays the same. Winners will always win. The Winner Circle podcast with me, Ray Diggs. We are here and we ain't going nowhere. Make sure y'all tune in because we're about to go live now. Peace. Hey, what it do, sports world, and welcome to the Real Untouchable podcast. I'm sorry. Hey, what it do, sports world, and welcome to the Winner Circle podcast with me, Ray Diggs, man. Hey, I just changed the name, so I'm still a little bit over there on the other podcast. But hey, listen, man, we're gonna talk about Hamburg, the 5-1 Hamburg Lions traveling to Crossett to face the 2-4 Crossett Eagles in a crosstown rivalry. This right here has been a rivalry for a long time. Hey, before I get started, man, make sure y'all hit the like button, the subscribe button, and also the share button. And make sure y'all give me your feedback on what you all think about this segment. But we're gonna go ahead and jump into it, man. I know everybody getting tired of us talking about this Hamburg versus Crossett matchup, but it's a rivalry game, y'all. Y'all gotta understand this thing runs deep, and it's a lot of hate between these two teams. But in the end, it's gonna be respect. Okay, we're gonna show them respect. They're gonna show us respect, hopefully. But hey, Hamburg is on a run right now as they get ready to go on the road. They only going about 5-6 miles down the road, but they're going on the road against the Crossett Eagles, a team. These two teams is heading in two separate directions. Hamburg right now is surging. Right now, I looked at the rankings. I think they're like number 5 in 4A. Crossett, they're a little bit towards the bottom. Hamburg coming in at 5-1, 3-0 conference, coming off a big win over the Warren Lumberjacks, while Crossett is coming off a big loss against West Helena. Crossett coming into this game, like I said, they started off the season with 2 losses, and then they got their first big win of the year against Star City. Then they lost again to Oak Grove. Then they ended up beating Watson Chapel, and then they lost to Prescott. They lost to I got that wrong. They lost to Prescott first, and then they went to Watson Chapel, beat Chapel. Then they lost against Oak Grove. Then they played against Star City and beat Star City. So they was 2-2 at the time, and they've lost their last 2, in which those 2 games right there was pretty much blowout losses for them. While Hamburg has been surging ever since Magnolia. This team right here has pretty much put up almost 50 points per game every single game. I think the only game that they did not put up 50 was against McGee, which they put up 49. But every other game, this team has pretty much put up a 50 ball. And this team right here is dynamic, man, led by Nakel Lewis in that run game. But I want to talk a little bit about Crossett, man. Crossett, I'm not gonna bash Crossett, okay? I'm not gonna bash these kids. Actually, I want to throw a couple shots out to a shout out to a couple of their players. Tyquan Gibson, the wide receiver. I watched him play. He caught my eyes. You know what I'm saying? It's just a couple of players that I've watched them play and they caught my eyes. Tyquan Gibson, the wide receiver. Jamal Knowles, a big wide receiver, 6'2". Pascal, he's another one of those little, squeaky wide receivers that they got. But I'm gonna tell you one player that caught my eye watching him play with Jackson Mills. The kid is a baller, y'all. He can play. He's a linebacker. He played with a lot of emotions. When I was watching him play against Stuttgart, sometimes the emotions be a little bit negative, but for the most part, you can tell that he's one of the players that want to win. But so I just want to, throw shouts out to those players right there. Especially, like I said, the kid Jackson Mills. The kid can really play, standing at 6'3", 185 pounds. The dude looked like a football player out there, and he's almost on every single play. But it's just right now they're a little down right now. But those players right there pretty much caught my eyes. And I got to throw out a shout out to the hometown, Caden Owens. His mom, we grew up together. So Caden Owens, he's a junior defensive end from Crossett, number 88. I watched him play. I think that he's going to continue to get better and better. He's tall defensive end, lanky, called lanky defensive end. I think that once he figures it out, get his moves down, I think he could turn into a hell of a player for the Crossett Eagles. So hey, Caden Owens, man, just know that, man, we love you from the hometown. We know, even though you're on the other side, but we wish you nothing but the best. Crossett, in some of their big games this year, they hadn't performed like I wanted them to perform. Like, let's just look at it. Stuttgart game. I'm just going to go to the Stuttgart game. I think they quitted on their team. I think they pretty much quit on their head coach, whoever the head coach is. They was down 31-0 in the first quarter. They was down 52-7 in the first half. I don't know what's going on over there. They got talent, but it's like the talent ain't showing up on the field. It's not resulting into wins. Yeah, they beat Star City, but everybody beat Star City. Yeah, they beat Washington Chapel, but everybody beat Washington Chapel. Like, I want to see them put up a fight against. I wanted to see them put up a fight against West Helena. Do I think that West Helena is 48-9 better than Crossett? I don't think that. I think Crossett might be a little bit, they're a little bit closer than 48-9. Going on the road, scoring 9 points against a team that Hamburg just put 50 ball on a week before. That ain't a good look. Now you're getting ready to face against a team that's pretty much averaging 50 points. And I was the one I picked West Helena to beat Crossett, because I saw West Helena play against Hamburg, and I was like, yeah, this team right here got talent. They just undisciplined, and they used that. They went into that game with a hell of a young quarterback, and they pretty much did what I pretty much thought that they would do. Now Hamburg on the other side, coming in with one of the best offenses in the state. Yes, one of the best offenses in the state of Arkansas, which is this offense is averaging about 56 points per game right now. They will be taking their show on the road now, led by senior running back Nakia Lewis. The kid has already have over 1,800 yards with over 32 total touchdowns. 31, I think, is rushing. The kid had over 398 rushing yards in his last game, and 6 touchdowns. The dude is a walking touchdown machine. And I can't leave out the quarterback. And I think he is just as important as Nakia, and that's Caden Thomas. I think he is just as important. If he plays good and if he's gonna do Nakia things, this Hamburg team, this offense is damn near unstoppable. When you look at this offense, if that quarterback plays good, and I'm talking about get them out there to those big wide receivers, they got 2 big receivers too. And they also got another slot receiver. Number 3, he's a really good receiver. Number 10, he's a really, really good he's a big receiver as well. But when I look at Kiavion and what's his name is Big Man on the other side, I like Big Man. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a big fan of his. He remind me of a younger version, and don't y'all jump on me, but he, with his body, with the way he built, he reminds me of a young Julio Jones, because he loved contact. He's a big physical wide receiver. And I like that. I love that in a wide receiver, when you physical and you can just out physical the cornerback. That's what I like about him. And one thing I love about him is that he don't mind coming across the middle on those slants. I like that about him. But Kiavion Brown, the senior wide receiver, the UAPB commit, he's averaging about 80 yards a game. Nakia coming in averaging about 280, 290 rushing yards per game. Jace Harrison coming in, him and Aiden Robinson are the 2 tacklers on this team. They're averaging around about the same amount of tackles, around about 10, 11. So that tells you that nobody pretty much ain't getting past those 2 linebackers, that were that defensive end and linebacker. So that tells you that these 2, Hamburg got some hell of a linebackers. When you got 2 players averaging about 10, 11 tackles per game. Then you got Kevion Duckery, the senior cornerback, with 3 interceptions. Caden Thomas at quarterback, he got around about 10 to 12 passing touchdowns right now. His quarterback completion is around about close to 60%. So That just tells you this offense is well-rounded. This offense, this defense, like I said, the defense just need to make probably about a good 2 or 3 stops because I don't think nobody can stop this offense. Now, this game right here is going to be this right here is a game between, like I said, between two teams that's heading in different directions. I feel, this is my opinion, just watching Crossett play against Helena, Stuttgart, Hamburg should get this thing over with in the first half and go ahead on and rest the boys up and get them ready for next week. That's my opinion. Now, I'm not saying that's what Coach Johnson's going to do, but that's my opinion on what should happen. I think they should give Nakia maybe 15 carries. That'll possibly get him over 200 right there, about 15 carries. That'll pretty much put him where he need to be. And I think this game right here can be over with early, man. When I look at these two teams, I'm gonna tell y'all, these two teams, like I said, Hamburg coming in averaging about 533 yards a total offense. They're averaging almost 57 points per game. Now I'm gonna blow y'all away with this. With the scoring average, Hamburg is averaging 56.3 points per game, while Crossett is averaging 23.7. So that's around by 24 points per game. Hamburg is averaging almost 13 points in the first quarter. Second quarter is when they starts to get away from you. You know, they're averaging what? Let's see, about almost 30 points within the first half. Crossett is averaging a whopping 3 points in the first half. That's a field goal. 3 points. They're averaging 2.8. Did you know they're averaging 3 points in by halftime? They're averaging. So just tell me, they average 3 points in the second quarter, 4 points in the third quarter, and they're averaging 13 in the fourth quarter. So what do that tells me? That tells me that Crossett gets most of their points in what? Empty calorie times. Empty calorie, yeah, that's what we call them empty calorie yards. Y'all remember when Dak Prescott used to get those empty calorie yards in the fourth quarter when he just throwing the ball all over the field, getting 400 yards? That's what this is. So when I look at these two teams, right, Hamburg is averaging about 29 points, 30 points in the first half. Crossett is averaging 3. I look for that right there to be around the score around about halftime. I think Hamburg should put the mercy rule around about halftime. I'm saying don't call the dogs around right there around halftime. If everything's go right, injury free, I say Hamburg will be up about 42-0 at halftime. I think it'll be 42-0, between 42 and 49. And I think Crossett will get 7. I think it'll be around that in the half in the first half. And I think Hamburg will win probably 56, 63 to possibly, I give them 13 points. 63-13. That's going to be the final score of this game right here. 63-13. But y'all let me know what y'all think the final score going to be in the comment section. But like I said, Hamburg, this game right here is Hamburg just cannot get comfortable. They just cannot get comfortable because they're playing against them. I'm not saying they're playing against themselves because I never wanted to disrespect an opponent, and I know that the game is played on the field. But Hamburg right now cannot get comfortable because right now they're in a battle with themselves. It's just like when we was talking about the other day on the podcast, Fordyce just cannot get complacent. I watched that game. I think it was Tuesday. I was at work and I was watching the Fordyce versus PW game, and I hope that this team do not get complacent. Same thing I say about Hamburg. This team right here do not need to get complacent because I think that honestly they can do something special. I think this team can really do something special right now because they got all the pieces that you need. When I watch every single team in the state of Arkansas, Hamburg, they got a good, really, really good team. I got a really good team. I think that they have what a lot of teams don't have, and they have a running game. They have a running game. They have a running back, but they also have a quarterback who's a difference maker. Caden Thomas is just a difference maker. Okay, you can give him the ball, and I say, and that's the same thing I said. I think they're going to key in on Nakia in this game right here. I'm looking forward to Caden Thomas. I'm looking forward to Key Avion. I'm looking forward to Big Man. I'm looking forward to these boys right here having monster games. This right here is the game where Key Avion can go for about 125, 150 yards right here. This right here is the game where this is my opinion. This right here is a game where big man can go for probably about 80 yards, 90 yards, okay, in about a couple tubs, okay? But we know Nakel is going to get his. But this right here is one of those games where I think that the offense is going to have a lot of short fields to where they're going to be able to just knock them touchdowns in. And I think that you won't need Nakel to get 290 yards. I think that I'm just guessing right now. I think maybe 150, 160, that probably be how many yards he have in this game, because I think that KT, I think he's going to get them start. He's going to be the backbreaker for them because he's going to take off running. He's going to run. And see, one thing you can really, I'm gonna tell you something. When you got an athletic quarterback, bruh, it's nothing better than an athletic quarterback. Nothing better. Because I see, and I'm gonna tell you something. I like the way Coach Johnson is opening up his offense. I like what he's doing, man, because he's opening up and he's hitting them every week with new plays. Like I said you can run Wildcat and you can do it's so many different things you can do. Hell, I like it when he was doing Caden Thomas with the quarterback draw. You know, when they get tired, they think not kill. Okay, running with KT. Let him get. He's a big quarterback too. Like he's a big physical quarterback. He ain't no small quarterback. So you can hit him with a quarterback draw. And I'm gonna be real, with his quarterback draws, I think that he's averaging around about 10, 11 yards a carry with those quarterback draws, maybe even more. So that tells me as October hit, November hit, that's right there going to be the time where it starts to get cold. So you know what that means. You know, when you get hit when it's cold, it hurts. So that right there is that time where Hamburg's going to definitely need to lean on their running game. But I think in this particular game right here, I think the wide receivers could have a big game. Now, I know Nakel is going to be Nakel. He's going to get Nakel numbers. I said 160. I mean, it might be 200 because he breaks out so much. You know, he's definitely get over 200. But I think, like I said, I feel like Keavion, and I think that big man can have big games because I saw Crossett cornerbacks and they're really some little dudes. They're small. So this is the game where Keavion can have a monster game. And I say big man, like I said, he's a big physical wide receiver. He can have a big game in this one. So that's right there why I'm putting out these stats. And I think that players like that right there can have big games. Got T Dunn on here, man, saying go Lions, man. Yeah, man, it's good, man. Like, I know people get annoyed by us talking about it, but listen, y'all, we don't get mad when y'all on here talking about what y'all like. It's football season. It's rivalry week. Everybody know rivalry week is just different, man. We talking all stuff, they talking their stuff, and listen, man, that's just the way we enjoy. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna keep doing it. We're going to keep doing it. So if you don't like what we do, you probably going to want to delete us, unfollow us, or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Because we're going to keep on doing what we're doing, man, because we having fun. And it's fun when you're winning. It's fun winning. Nothing ain't more better than winning. But hey, man, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Like I said, it's going to be, I kept this short and sweet. This game right here is like an open and closed book. Hamburg go in there and they take care of business. They clearly the superior team to Crossett. Crossett just having some down year. They're having a down year right now. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna do a little bit more research on them, but I don't know what's going on with Crossett right now. They got a little talent. But like I said, Hamburg can't let their guns down. The next 2 weeks, these right here should be 2 games in the book. Okay, and get us closer to that conference championship, which you know, we in the driver's seat. Well, we right there in the driver's seat. It's kind of like Hamburg and Stuttgart is just like, you know, it's like a driver and a passenger. You see what I'm saying? They are in the driver's seat. Both of them are in the driving and passenger seat right now. They are both in the front seat right now. Both of them just got to take care of business. And like I said, if both of them take care of business for the next probably like 3 weeks, it's gonna come down to that last game of the season, which who will win that conference title. And like I said, man, I be seeing people on here. You know, I was on it the other day, man. People on there talking about Gosnell and all these. Listen, y'all. Everybody know that 8-4A is the best conference. You know what I'm saying? 8-4A is the best. It's the best. It is. It just is, man, because it's hard over there. You got all these good teams over here. You know, you got all these really good teams, and they all battling every single year. That's the reason why Warren win championships, Because when they see these other teams, they looking at it like, listen, man, we already saw the best teams. We saw the best teams in 8-4A when we beat them. So, that's just the way it is, man. We ain't trying to, down other teams, but 8-4A is just different. It is, man. It's totally different over there. But like I said, man, it's gonna be a big game, y'all. We think that let me see. I think it's a couple more games that I want to say. I just want to talk about not talk about, but it's just let y'all know who is playing this Friday and what's really on the line with these teams. Class, let's see. We have Warren and Star City. Hey, I think Warren is going to blast Star City. I think they're going to blast them. I think they're going to get them out of there by halftime. Same thing Hamburg should be doing. Same thing Hamburg should be doing against Crossett. Same thing Warren going to do against Star City. I think they're going to blast them. I'm going for Warren. Warren going to win big. And then we have a really good game that y'all should pay attention to is West Helena against DeWitt. West Helena is a really good team. DeWitt is a really good team. And if I had to pick, I would go with DeWitt only because DeWitt is playing at home. But I will say that DeWitt, Helena is a good team, and they got weapons. And if I was a betting man, I would possibly go with West Helena. The only reason why I feel like DeWitt probably will win this game is because they playing at home. But that's going to be another good game right there with DeWitt. And if DeWitt loses this game right here, honestly, they are in trouble. You got Stuttgart and Monticello. Now, I don't know why in the hell that Monticello scheduled Stuttgart for their homecoming. I don't know what made a team do that. Maybe the school made them do it, but I probably would have been like, nah, we not going to do that. Because that probably might not end too good. But if it's one thing that I know about Monticello is this: they'll put up a fight, especially against really good teams. They will put up a fight. They put up a fight against Warren. They barely lost that game. Okay. They put up a fight against I think it was the backside early in the year. They could have won that game. So they're gonna put up a fight. One thing about Monticello, they're gonna put up a fight. So I expect for them to put up a fight in the first half. I expect for the game to be close in the first half. But then I think Stuttgart, just their depth and the way they run their offense, I think it'll wear Monticello down in the end. So that's the reason why I would possibly, I think that Stuttgart would probably go ahead on and finish this off and move up to 7-0. And looking at Stuttgart, they have Monticello this week, then they play Warren, then they play at Star City. So if they beat Monticello, if they beat Warren, that's going to be a good game. I think they'll end up beating Warren, though. Stuttgart could possibly be coming into that Hamburg game at 9-0. Hey, y'all, this right here is going to be the biggest game in this state. If Hamburg take care of business these next 3 weeks and Stuttgart take care of business these next 3 weeks, these two teams will come in at 8-1 and 9-0. That's going to be possibly the biggest game in the state of Arkansas, y'all. It definitely is. You think about these two teams, y'all. I don't want to mess up the preview, but just think about this. You got Kane Price and his running back, and you got Caden Thomas and Nakia Lewis. Man, dude, do you know what type of fireworks they're going to be with these two teams? You got a quarterback on both sides, and you got a running back on both sides. You got two really good receivers on both sides. Listen, y'all, that's going to be a hell of a game right there. Y'all do not want to miss that game right there. I think that right there possibly can be the game of the year. Easily the game of the year in 4A. If these two teams take care of business in the next 3 weeks, that's going to be the game of the year. 8-1, 9-0, going at it. Campbell Field, senior night. You don't want to miss out, y'all. Y'all do not want to miss out on that right there. That's going to be a hell of a game. And, man, I'm getting excited just thinking about that game. But these two teams right here, man, they're on a collision course, y'all. I said this right here. I'm doing a podcast on it possibly next week. These two teams are on a collision course right now, and they just got to take care of business and don't get complacent. These two teams right here are possibly number 1 and number 2 in the state. These two teams, well, number 1 and number 2 in 4A. I would pick these two teams right here as possibly 2 of the 3 best teams in the state. And the only reason why I say is I put Darnell right there, you know, because Darnell is a really good team. Orchid is a good team too, but I would put possibly Darnell up there with those 2 teams right there. But 2 of the best teams, 2 of the top 5 teams comes out of 8-4A. That tells you a lot. And if you look at the top 10, you got Warren, Stuttgart, Hamburg. Those 3 teams in 8-4A. That's in the top 10 right there. And you can possibly throw a few more in there. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, man. You know I like so I like Oregon. Not a fan, but I like Oregon. So I got this flag right here. Well, right here. I had it custom made when I went to Korea. A lady made it for me when I went to Korea. So yeah, man, I got a bunch of flags, man. I got probably about 20 of them. But those be my backdrops. So yeah, but I appreciate it, man. I like Oregon as well, man. I like them. You know, I'm an Arkansas Razorbacks fan though, but and I like Alabama. So, but I'm just a sports fan. But hey, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Thank y'all again for all the support that y'all been giving me. Man, I appreciate it. Like I say always, make sure y'all go over there to my boys over there at CR Sports. Make sure y'all go over there, like, subscribe to their channel. Make sure they let y'all let them know that we sent them from over here, man. Much love over there to the boys over there at CR Sports. Also, let's be careful with this. Man, hey, go over there and like his podcast as well. Hey, man, Coach T is funny, man. I'm telling y'all, this dude is hilarious, y'all. But so make sure y'all go over there and like his page as well, man. Show him love, man. I think he had like 200 followers. We got to get him up to at least 1,000, y'all. So hey, let's go ahead, go over there, subscribe to his follow his. It's cost 0 cents. It don't even cost no money to like his page. So let's go over there and like it, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's go and show him some love, man. And hey, man, y'all won't be disappointed, man, because he is hilarious with the things that he posts, man. But hey, thank y'all again, man, for listening to another great segment of the Winner Circle Podcast with me, Ray Diggs. I will be doing a podcast this week. It's totally for student athletes, the young men out here. I saw something on Facebook. On Facebook last week, and I want to address it for the young athletes. As they continue their high school career and as they move on to college, whatever it is that they decide to do. I saw something, so I'm going to do a podcast dedicated to the young athletes out here. So make sure y'all tune in for that one. Until next time, man. Hey, go Lions. We ready. Hey, we about to get ready to stomp the Eagles out. Hey, it's going to be a great week of high school football and college football. So make sure y'all tune in and make sure y'all out there. Man, we got a lot of people. T Dunn, my homeboy, my boy over there. They put up a flyer on Facebook. Make sure y'all go over there and support them. They're gonna be out there doing hot dogs and everything outside of the stadium tailgate. Hey, man, make sure we keep it safe, man. Keep it safe out there. Trey Breezy, man, what it do, man? Peace out, man. Hey, but yeah. So hey, make sure y'all go over there and support them, man. We're gonna try to do this tailgate thing. Make sure we do it the right way. No fighting, no acting crazy, man. We'll just show them that we can come out here and we can, be civilized. Hey, go Lions. Hey, beat the Eagles. Until next time, man, y'all have a great Thursday. Peace.